President Trump, okay, the guys you elected, does not care about your brown ass. Why do you hate yourself so damn much?
President-elect Donald Trump has vowed to deport all of the 11 million or so people who are living in the country without legal authorization.
When Trump starts his presidency on January 20th, 2025, undocumented immigrants must be prepared.
Trump's immigration plan actually got leaked as of yesterday, and I'm going to break it down for you. His first plan, allegedly, the day he's president, will be to cancel all of Biden's executive orders when it comes to immigration, specifically parole. Biden created humanitarian parole programs to allow immigrants from certain war-torn countries to live and work temporarily in the United States. He will also be reinstating the Remain in Mexico program, which required immigrants to wait in Mexico while they wait for a response on their asylum application. Speaking of asylum, he will be further restricting and narrowing eligibility to just get asylum, which is at this point only 10% approval rate. He's also bringing back the travel bans from certain countries, and you know these countries aren't exactly European. He's also promising mass deportation through the army via the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, and yes, construction of actual detention camps. While I do think the majority of his plan is unrealistic and legally impossible, I do foresee him backing up the system as much as he did before, so definitely consult with an immigration attorney now.
Trump supporters from the Latino community are complaining. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get something straight. Latinos don't know what they want. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am just going to say it. Trump supporters from the Hispanic community, they must be and have to be the most confused people I have ever seen, y'all. First things first. Latinos, as if they didn't know that this man was not down with the foreigners in America, they went ahead and voted for him. Now, see, the votes came out that 51% of Hispanics in America voted for DJ. And you know what? DJ needed the votes. So, of course, there's no way he was going to tell the Hispanics, yeah, don't vote for me. I don't need your votes. Don't vote for me. Of course, the man wanted the votes. And the Hispanics did so. By the way, it's giving pigmentation because there is no trace anywhere where we have Trump saying, Latinos, if you vote for me, I will give you leverage. I will leave you in America, whether documented or undocumented. Some of y'all, your green cards are still new. No, he promised nothing, but it's giving pigmentation vibes because guess who voted for Trump? Hispanics did. And of course, Trump being the Trumping that we know, Trump came out and said, y'all need to pack your bags. Yeah. It's time out. Americans come first. If you are not documented, if you have any problem that's pending, you're out of this country. And guess who is panicking? The Hispanics that voted for Trump. Panicking.
Trump called your people, your country, shithole countries, and you have the audacity to vote for him. Really? That is crazy to me. But you looking me in the eyes right now, and I got 4 of them. You looking at all 4 of my eyes, and you telling me you love yourself, but you're willing to vote for an individual that hates your guts only because the way you look. I'm flabbergasted. I don't even know what that means. I hear a lot of people say it, but I'm saying it myself. I'm flabbergasted by those numbers.
Rosa Flores has more now on what this could mean for Hispanic families facing deportation, even those who supported the president-elect.
How many of you are U.S. citizens? How many of you support Donald Trump? You're undocumented and you support Donald Trump.
I support Donald Trump for the economy.
2 Hispanic.
No, don't you dare utter the words economy.
This is the Espinosa's first gathering since Trump's win.
How many of you fear that deportation could impact your family?
Cesar Espinosa, a husband and father, was a DACA recipient until this summer when he got a green card. His sister and brother-in-law are DACA recipients. His sister-in-law is a green card holder, and the rest of his family here are U.S. citizens. Some who are not present are undocumented.
You're a green card holder. Your wife is a U.S. citizen. Why are you afraid of deportation?
I just became a green card holder after 33 years of being in this country. I don't think people understand the fear. It's a constant shadow hanging over our heads.
What was your reaction to Donald Trump winning?
I cried a lot. It was emotional. Have my family, like, if they're gonna be here or they're not gonna be here, and how do you tell all of our kids? Like, my nephews, they're also our kids.
To tell people that this doesn't live in kids and children's mind and teenagers and young adults' life is a lie.
Talk about shooting yourself in the foot. So this is the problem. Us in African culture, we say, you never bite the hand that feeds you. See, the thing is, the Democrats fed and shouted and accommodated the Hispanics. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say they were never appreciative. I don't want to say it that way because I am not there to see deep down in my heart. But y'all numbers don't lie. We woke up and Miss Kamala Harris, Madam President, did not have enough votes from the Hispanic community. Meanwhile, the Biden administration has been doing the most for Hispanics. But they decided to reserve their votes for DJ. Now the hand that fed them is cut off. Miss Kamala is out. That means the Democrats can't take care of the Hispanics anymore. They're left hanging. Hispanics are crying. We got nowhere to go. Our families are here. Well, I wish Hispanic people understood that they needed to be in America so bad that they must have voted for Kamala Harris because they gave their votes to Trump. And Trump is kicking them out. Oh my God. I don't mean to be petty, yo, but the reactions on the internet are taking me insane. I cannot believe this.
Everyone's talking about mass deportation, so here's a quick rundown of the deportation process. First, you're going to get a notice to appear that they're either going to give you by hand or they're going to mail it to your last known address. This notice to appear is going to tell you the date and time and the location of the immigration court that you need to appear at for your master calendar hearing. The notice to appear is a document that's going to state your name, your alien number, your date of birth, and it's going to have some information about you, such as what country you're from, when you came into the United States, and how. And it's also going to tell you why they are deporting you from the United States. They're also going to give you a form to change your address and a list of attorneys that can help you either for free or low cost, as well as nonprofit organizations that can provide pro bono legal services to you. If you do not have the means to hire a private attorney, which sometimes that can cost anywhere from $6,000 to $15,000 and up, you are strongly encouraged to contact one of the pro bono organizations. The sooner you do so, the more likely you are to find an organization that will take your case. Your first immigration appearance is called a master calendar hearing. The government is not going to deport you at this hearing, so do not be afraid. Please do not skip this hearing, because if you do not go, you will get an in absentia removal order, which means that the government can deport you at any time, and it is very difficult to get these taken away. At the master calendar hearing, the judge basically wants to know if you have an attorney, and if not, they usually continue your case to give you time to find one. And they also want to know what your defenses are. Are you going to apply for asylum? Are you going to apply for a green card, withholding of removal, Convention Against Torture, TPS? That's the time where you let the judge know what's going to happen for your case. After the master calendar hearing is going to come the individual hearing. That is when the immigration judge is going to hear your case and decide if you are eligible for any of the immigration benefits you may be applying for. And if not, they may issue you a removal order. If you get a removal order, it's still not the end of the world, because you can always file an appeal with the Board of Immigration Appeals. We've got over 3 million cases that are currently pending in immigration court. So the thought that the Trump administration is going to deport 11 million immigrants in one fell swoop, I don't think that's going to happen. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments.
That's what's happening. Y'all tell me what you think in the comment section, but from me to you, I am just watching, literally. I'm not happy that people are getting deported very soon. All I'm trying to say is, next time, in Uganda, we say, take a sente whatever, which translates into English, Put money where you see. Trump supporters, you put your votes where you didn't see. Actually, you saw, because we cannot pretend that you didn't see, because Trump has been very vocal from the beginning that he doesn't want you. So you put your money where you saw. It's like giving love to someone who doesn't love you. Oh my God. Yeah, tell me what you think in the comment section. From me to you.
As president, I will carry out the largest domestic deportation operation in American history.
The largest deportation force in history. This is not just a talking point, and it's not rhetorical from the former president. It is central to his second-term immigration plans, and it's a plan that Republicans have gotten completely behind, including his new vice presidential pick.
We have to deport people. We have to deport people who broke our laws, who came in here.
And from a policy perspective, this is really important. How they actually implement this, the scale of it, what it would mean not just for people being taken out of the country, but also the economy inside the country. It's critical, and there are a ton of unanswered questions. But one thing that is clear here at the Republican National Convention is there are no questions about whether or not this should be the policy. Republicans, once pursuing comprehensive immigration reform, are now hardline to a person. And at the center of that is a deportation force.
Tonight, President-elect Trump confirming his plan to declare a national emergency when he takes office, and that he plans to use the U.S. military to assist in mass deportations. ABC's Mary Bruce in West Palm Beach, Florida tonight.
Tonight, President-elect Donald Trump confirming once he takes office, he will declare a national emergency and use the military to help carry out his plans for mass deportations of undocumented immigrants. Today, his new pick for border czar Tom Homan saying criminals will be the first to go.
We'll prioritize public safety threats and national security threats because they pose the biggest danger to the United States.
Homan says he's heading down to Mar-a-Lago this week to put the, quote, final touches on a plan, but acknowledges there are many unanswered questions about how Trump's policy will actually work, including how much it will cost.
So I've been asked 1,000 times, how many people can you remove the first year? Well, how many agents do I have? How many buses do I have? How much money do I have for airplanes, right? Can DOD assist? Because DOD can take off our plate. So there's a lot of what ifs. I don't know what the current budget is right now. I don't have insight on what currently ICE and CBP has for budget. How much money can be reprogrammed? I can tell you this, President Trump's committed to whatever he can to get us the money we need.
As Trump works to launch his top policy goal, he's also fighting to get his controversial cabinet choices confirmed. In addition to the firestorm surrounding his Attorney General pick, Matt Gaetz, there are growing questions about his choice for Defense Secretary, Fox News host Pete Hegseth. Hegseth's attorney now acknowledges he paid a financial settlement to a woman who accused him of sexual assault in 2017. Hegseth's lawyer says the encounter with the woman was actually consensual, but that Hegseth paid her anyway because he believed, quote, any public accusation would result in his immediate termination from Fox. Sources say Trump was only made aware of the incident after he had already named Hegseth to lead the Pentagon. And tonight, his team saying Hegseth has vigorously denied any and all accusations, and no charges were filed. We look forward to his confirmation. Over the weekend, the president-elect out surrounded by members of his new team at an Ultimate Fighting Championship event, including his pick for Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, billionaire Elon Musk, who's been tasked to lead a new Department of Government Efficiency, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who Trump has tapped to lead the Department of Health and Human Services. Kennedy, who has railed against processed foods and criticized Trump's diet, seen in this photo enjoying a meal of McDonald's on the plane with the president-elect. Leading health experts continue to sound the alarm about Kennedy and his deep skepticism of vaccinations. Today, Caroline Kennedy, daughter of former President John F. Kennedy, calling her cousin's stance dangerous.
I think Bobby Kennedy's views on vaccines are dangerous, but I don't think that most Americans share them. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Tonight, Donald Trump is standing by his controversial cabinet picks, undeterred by these growing concerns. So the question remains, can they get enough support in the Senate to be confirmed? And if not, will Trump urge lawmakers to forego their vetting responsibilities so he can get these through via those recess appointments? But David, there is no doubt tonight Senate Republicans are under tremendous pressure. David.
Yeah, a lot of questions about where this goes from here. Mary Bruce, our thanks.
Hi, I'm Attorney Jay Francis. I'm a U.S. immigration lawyer based in Chicago, but serving all 50 states. What are the 7 common public spaces that ICE could target in 2025. Here's a top 5 common places to avoid when he starts his presidency. Number 1, courthouses. Avoid unnecessary visits. Number 2, workplaces, especially construction, agriculture, and factories. Number 3, schools. Be careful when you drop off and pick up your children. Number 4, hospitals and clinics. Number 5, homes, your homes. Early in the morning raids were common during his first term, and it'll happen again. Number 6, public transportation stations such as a bus, train, airports. Number 7, any public spaces where you can gather, such as the parks and community buildings. Stay informed, know your rights, and consult with trusted immigration attorney to protect yourself and your families.
If President Trump decides to deport the 11 million people from the United States that are undocumented, here's what's going to happen. Lots of convicted felons who are undocumented are not going to get picked up by ICE and deported because they're going to be too busy picking up all these other people without any criminal records. When someone is undocumented and convicted of a felony or other serious crime, they're put into prison. After they've served their sentence, ICE has already put like a detainer on the file. The jailer can't release the person. ICE only has 48 hours to pick up this person. If not, the person is released into the United States. They're not picked up and deported. This is who ICE should be picking up, not other undocumented people. So when you want everyone that is undocumented to be deported, just know that it's very likely that the most dangerous people that are undocumented in the United States will be in the United States.
I am just waiting to see how the stories are unfolding. And of course, I'll come and give you the tea. Remember, if you like my content, subscribe. Like, comment, and share, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.